Hello everyone, my name is Ananya Ghosh.
Hello, this is Giti Maiti.
Hello, hi. My name is Shautam Mukherjee.
Hello everyone, I'm Soumya Sathi.
I cleared the Common University Entrance Test in the year 2022. After the exam, I joined the MA Cafeteria program at the English and Foreign Languages University, Hyderabad.
Last year, I had been able to crack CUET and I got selected into the Banaras University main campus.
I'm presently pursuing my Masters in English Literature from the English and Foreign Languages University, Regional Campus Shillong.
And I'm currently pursuing my masters from Banaras Hindu University.
And I'm an alumnus of the Bhawanipur Education Society College.
We are here to talk to you about the preparation strategies that we have used for achieving success in the CUET PG exams last year and the years previous. Here is our list of tips and strategies for your preparation.
I sat for CUET when it was being conducted for the very first time, so there was not a lot of information regarding the expected questions or the pattern. These are some materials that I have personally used. The previous year questions of the entrances for BHU, DU, FLU, University of Hyderabad, Presidency University, Rajasthan University, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. These materials can be easily sourced online. One can also refer to the GATE X8C2 papers available from 2021 to 2025. While I was solving the papers, I had also checked the Delhi University BA syllabus and Jamia Millia BA syllabus, since their cohort, at least syllabus wise, is a little bit different. The books that I refer to in particular are Glossary of Literary Terms by M.H. Abrams for meanings of commonly used literary terms, English Critical Text 16th to 20th Century by D.J. Enright and Ernest D. Shakera for literary criticism, A History of English Literature by Michael J. Alexander for important writers and their backgrounds. For literary theory, I used a couple of books. First, Literary Theory and Introduction by Terry Eagleton, Beginning Theory by Peter Barry, Literary Theory by Jonathan Culler, A Reader's Guide to Contemporary Literary Theory by Rama Sailan. Other than that, I also used A History of Indian English Literature by M.K. Nayak for Indian Literature in English, A History of American Literature by Richard Gray, Norton Anthologies, as well as Cambridge Companions, which are again easily available.
About how I prepared for my CUET, I took a lot of help from my David Ashe's History of English Literature book, as well as for the contemporary literary theories and criticisms. I took help of P.K. Nair's book as well as M.R. Habib's. For the Indian literature portion, the Aryahant MCQ set was really helpful. Yeah, that's about it. I just kept my faith and I focused on literary theories and criticisms more than any other portion of the syllabus. The Department of English, the Bhawanipur Education Society College, has played an essential part in our success in the CUET-BG exams. We have had special Google Classroom designed only for the CUET notes, and notes were sent by our professors 1 month prior to the examination, and it really helped us in preparing a proper strategy to achieve success in the exams. We extend our warmest gratitude to the professors, to the department, for their help, for their support and their guidance towards both the examination strategy as well as choosing our universities according to our needs.
For my preparation, I refer to two books. One was Atlantic Publications' book for UGC NET and CUET combined. It's a very comprehensive compilation of MCQs that covers almost all the ages and all the major areas of study that are required for the preparation of CUET. And the second book that I referred to was Aryan Publications' preparation for UGC NET English Paper 2. Where on one hand, Atlantic Publications book covers the major areas of study and only focuses on the important aspects of the literatures across the globe and literary theory and criticism. Aryan Publications book gets into details which are majorly required for UGC NET exam and not CUET. So it would be advisable first to solve the Atlantic Publications book, then move to Aryan Publications for only the major aspects of literatures across the globe and not get into details because those are not required for CUET examination. To my experience, CUET cannot be cracked through reading because the syllabus is extremely vast and one cannot read up all the aspects of everything that has happened in literature or literatures so far. So the best formula for cracking CUET is to practice at least 50 to 100 MCQs every single day from the books that I have referred to. Keeping in mind a formula that one must practice major of minor and minor of major. To understand this, one must realize that only a minor part of literature from all the ages and all the areas of study across the globe is being discussed in academia, and a major part of literature is kept in the shadows. So one must cover all the details and all the important facts about this minor part of literature that is well known, that covers the classic works and the works that have been awarded the Nobel Prize, the Booker, and the other prestigious awards. And one must only remember the most important aspects of the major chunk of literature that is mostly kept in shadows.
I use the same books which are recommended everywhere. Edward Albert, Pramod Nair. One thing I would definitely suggest is to focus on Indian literature, which I did not to a great extent when it was my turn, and I feel it was a place where I lacked. So I think please focus on Indian literature.
And I think it's best to establish this before one starts preparing for the exam, that it's impossible to know all of the names or guess all of the names that are going to come in the question paper. You might not know all the names, and that's completely fine. In that case, what we have to do is use some strategies. The one that I use a lot is the elimination strategy, which is basically making an educated guess based on, especially in questions where you're not familiar with any of the writers or their works. The more you start solving PYQs, it will come very naturally to you. What to expect before taking admission in a central university? The first thing is that we are very used to the CBCS structure under the University of Calcutta. However, it is not the same in other universities. And my initial days at FLU were difficult because I was going around wondering what the grading system is like, what I'm expected to write in my papers, what am I supposed to say in class, etc., etc. However, the object remains the same, which is to learn, to question and educate yourself. Secondly, if you're going to a central university, of course the settings are going to be different, and so you should expect culture shocks, you should expect heterogeneous groups. Sooner or later you'll find people that you gel with. What not to expect is, don't expect to be coddled, first of all. Most of your journey henceforth is, educational journey henceforth is going to be independent with a little bit of guidance from here and there, but mostly it's going to be independent studying. Secondly, don't expect that opportunities will come right to you. You'll have to seek them, and it's normal to find considerable competition in these opportunities as well. The third thing is the advantages and disadvantages of studying at FLU Hyderabad. So I'll tell you the advantages first. The first is that the structure of the cafeteria program that I was in is very, very good for someone who is not sure if they want to get an MA degree in English literature. Because under this structure, you can exit the course with any degree that you want as long as you have enough credits in it. So I would highly advise you to look into the structure properly, read more about it, and you can reach out as well if you have any other questions, and then choose and opt for it. Some of the professors at FLU Hyderabad are extremely accomplished scholars, and in them I also found this interest to inculcate the skill of research in me, and that has been very, very helpful. Interdisciplinarity is also there. It's quite a valued thing at the institution, and your peer group, which especially when it's spread across different academic levels, it's going to teach you a lot more than you would expect. So that is also something that you should look forward to. Disadvantages are, firstly, the administrative process not being quite digitized, so it will be a lot of running around related to paperwork. Secondly, some of the professors can be a little bit set in their ways, and they may or may not be from your department, and they are not too open to discussing new possibilities, so look out for that as well. Other than that, FLU Hyderabad is a great place to be. And at the end, I would just like to simply add that whichever university you go to, just be aware that it will have its own issues. The onus is on you to make the most of your time there, and I'm sure that will be the case.
About the campus life there, it's great. We have a lot of fun activities. We have a lot of proper literary activities as well. There are seminars happening, conferences happening, as well as small fun activities all the year round. As well as about the teaching faculty, it was great. The teachers really made it easy for us to understand whatever they are talking about, as well as their mode of communication with us was made easy, so that there is no teacher student gap in the communication, and we really got to understand what they spoke about. Even though the syllabus of the first year PJ English there was quite the similar one with the UG syllabus that we had here in CU, the teachers made it interesting in a way that they gave us a new perspective to look into it.
Coming to the expectations before joining a central university, I had 4 expectations. One was to get published. Though the Department of English at the Bhawanipur Education Society College facilitated me and gave me opportunities to appear in multiple seminars and present my papers, I was not getting published. So my first expectation before coming to a central university was that the professors here and the infrastructure here would facilitate me and give me opportunities to actually get my research papers published. In reality, although the professors do help in teaching you the methodology for research and the frameworks that one needs to use and give you a better exposure for understanding literary theory and criticism, it finally resides on you how you craft a paper, how you find a research gap, and how you actually approach a particular research. The professors might guide you, but they'll not actually actively indulge in getting you published. The second expectation that I had before joining a central university was of getting a better academic atmosphere where students with similar academic aspirations would work together and have debates and conversations on academics, on literature. But that is not actually the case, because students from all across the country do come to central universities and all of them have got different aspirations. For some, it's just another degree to build their CVs, but for a handful, it is actually a further step towards joining academia, conducting research, and making active contribution in the field of literature. The third expectation that I had before joining a central university was a peaceful environment for pursuing my academics, which I think the English and Foreign Languages University Regional Campus Shillong has been able to provide me with. The last expectation that I had from the central university was actually bagging a PhD from the same university that I would be pursuing my master's from. Though this expectation is based on reality, because I have felt there's a certain bias for the students who are actively pursuing their masters and thinking about pursuing their PhD in the same university, and their connections with the professors help them get through the interview rounds a bit easily. So one must choose their university at the PG level very carefully, because it holds a further prospect of bagging a PhD from the same institution. One must conduct their own research in order to understand whether the professors in that particular central university have the expertise of actually guiding them through their dissertation in the final semester and their PhD if they wish to pursue it. The specialization of the professors actually becomes a parameter for choosing the right central university for yourself. Lastly, I would like to address that no central university facilitates in the preparation for UGC NET. One has to do their preparation and crack the exams on their own. So one must not look for a central university that would facilitate them in their preparation for UGC NET, because none of the central universities across India facilitates or helps students in their preparation for UGC NET. It is a preparation that a student has to do by himself or herself.
So basically with CUET, I think two kind of people actually give this exam. One who actually want to know where they are at the moment with their knowledge of literature, and then there comes the other category who wants to go out, have a change of university, place, explore more, go to a central university, see how things go there. So I was the second person. For me, CUET was basically to actually go out. I wanted a change for myself. Be very smart when you apply for universities. First thing, keep your options open, then have backups. Don't be of a mindset that if this doesn't happen, I don't know what will happen next. Because it causes unnecessary stress. And then secondly, it is also somewhere where you are limiting and restrict yourself. So I wanted to go to BHU, but apart from that, because I had like a decent normal marks, it was not a great marks which I had, I filled like 13 forms. In some universities, I've also filled for 2 courses. And then I landed up to BHU. So BHU was not something which I cracked on the very first go. I got admission in Central University of Himachal, Punjab, Rajasthan, where I was almost going to go. I booked tickets and then BHU happened. So keep your options open so that you can choose or you can explore. So do that. Also, there are a lot of rounds, and there is spot round, then there is mock round. So when you're giving the exam, don't get stressed that if this doesn't work out, you will not have options. You will have options, you will have chances. And yes, do not fear of marking the answers. One thing that happened with me, even when I was like 70-80% sure of an answer, I did not mark it because of thinking I'll lose a marks. And which I realized if I would have at least got 3 to 4 questions correct, which would have like made a huge shift to my paper. So if you have feeling like if you are confused between two options as such, then just go for it. If it is like you are completely lost about it, then don't. But if you're like sure that okay, among these two, at least this I feel, just go for it. Go with your gut. Yeah, that's it.
I would highly recommend everyone to join a central university and pursue their masters from there. The name of the institution not only adds to one's CV, but it also provides a necessary exposure to a student about Indian academia of literature, and also gives an understanding to a student what it takes to be a scholar, researcher or professor in future.
Ace the exams, and I hope you will do well and get your dream university. That's it.
Thank you and all the best.
So all the best for your exams.